Hello, welcome to PlayStation Access. My name is Nathan. I'm here with Rob.
Hello.
Rob.
Yes.
You've been to the future.
I have, and the future is pretty.
It was super pretty. This is Wipeout Amiga Collection.
It is.
Which they announced at PSX, where you were at, and then you got to play it on a PlayStation Pro.
In 4K.
And here it is, looking nice. And do you know what? So the Amiga Collection, we should explain for people who don't know what it is. It includes Wipeout HD,
Yes.
Wipeout Fury, and Wipeout 2048.
Yeah.
And what I love about Wipeout is that it's an old school, developed in the north of England PlayStation classic.
That's the kind of thing you love, isn't it?
But the industrial design in it is so much of the place that it came from, like during the 90s in England, like the club scene and the music that was in the game, and then the design of that as well, kind of the post-industrial north, and it's like a part of a history of PlayStation, but it keeps coming back, and like it's almost a thing which they put on new hardware just to be like, how sexy can we make games look? Let's
how
put
good
Wipeout
does PlayStation look this generation? Let's put Wipeout on to show you how good it looks.
Exactly. Let's crack out the Wipeout, and the fact that the games themselves they stand up to, and not just stand up to, but they look beautiful. From handheld version to HD remaster to now like next generation HD remaster, and the assets still look great. The gameplay, like the speed of it, is still incredible, and that sense of kind of motion and the rush of listening to this type of music while being in these kind of futuristic tracks just does, it doesn't seem to age.
It never gets boring to me listening to that Prodigy track.
Pumping, yeah.
I mean, I will always love the Prodigy, even though it's completely unfashionable to like them now. But listening,
this has got Invaders Must Die,
yeah,
right?
Listening to Invaders Must Die while racing an anti-grav car around a neon track that's pulsating and pumping and
died in the war PlayStation. And I don't know, man. I think back to playing the original Wipeout on just PlayStation 1, and it's that thing. I know that you and Holly spoke about when you were at PSX, but with Crash specifically. But in my head, this is always how this game looked. It's like there's an ever freshness, and I thought PSX was just from afar. I really felt like I'd missed out this year because I logged around last year, and it does feel like just a celebration of like this hardware which is bang up to date and is capable of these incredible things, but also what you put on that and the things that people attach to it and the memories that people have, of these gameplay experiences, and it manages to celebrate them both at the same time. And Wipeout is just like a perfect, along with stuff like Crash, but Wipeout, I think Crash is very much an American thing, which we still enjoyed, but this to me is like
North of England, Liverpool thing. This
is my PlayStation.
Yeah.
This is. And how did you do? We should talk about the game. How did you do at the game? Because Wipeout is a game you have to. I've played a lot of it. I don't think I could have just jumped in and done brilliant.
I mean, I started awful. Right. And the thing is with these games, I mean, we saw the comments a lot on the Crash video that we put. Oh my God, you're awful at this game. You're so bad at this game.
People were so furious because they remember being incredible at it.
Yes, I was bad at the game, but you have to realise I had a 1 hour window to capture Crash Bandicoot, Wipeout, Nex Machina, and Neo.
People don't want to
games that I've not played for ages. I can't remember the last time I played Crash. Multiple decades ago.
Wipeout's hard as well.
And Wipeout is really hard. I've not played it since the Vita came out, since 2048.
People just, unless to be honest, even if you're brilliant at Wipeout, unless you know the tracks, it's tough, man.
But so I started out awful. You may see as this video progresses, I improve quite a lot.
That's good.
To the extent where I can actually get around the track without driving into the walls.
Right,
which is always good.
Take the bumpers off. Imagine if it didn't have walls, Rob, like this bit. Oh.
But I mean, the sensor speed and that drop you get in your stomach when the tracks they don't just drop; they kind of bend in backwards on themselves.
Yeah.
And the feeling of exhilaration you get as you go around it is amazing.
And you know what I'm sort of noticing from all of this footage that you've brought back with you is, I think in previous games, increasingly the intricacy of the level design, like the stuff that's going on in the background, like different vehicles or different kind of buildings and stuff. But in this one, because I'm not having to concentrate on driving or on the track, there's like mountains. You know, there's like beautiful things.
It's like when you're
now.
a passenger in a car, isn't it? And you're like, oh, look at that view. I've never noticed that view before because usually I'm just looking at the road.
Yeah, you don't look driving, man, because you'll get us all killed. But and the just like one last kind of thing about the combat. Like, how did you find? Did you get straight back into that? Were you enjoying? Did you smash? Did you kill anyone?
No, not really. Not very well.
Did you get killed?
I did get killed by a couple of mines. Mostly just throwing mines out. I only drove off the track once.
That's good.
Which was good, wasn't it?
You should get a little certificate for that.
Played Wipeout for 15 minutes, only drove off the edge once. Bronze trophy.
So this is something. Are you going to get back into it? I mean, I definitely
yeah.
am.
I mean, like you said, it's a thing that has so far been on every PlayStation console I've owned.
Yeah.
I know I've had like the Wipe. Everyone has to have Wipeout. It's just that thing that you get out to show off your new console when your mates come round. It's like, oh, have you got the PS3? Yeah, man. Yeah. Check out Wipeout HD.
I can't believe you're talking about PS3 like it's like an ancient bit of hardware from, which I guess it is quite old now. And I guess, well, the thing that I really want to do is I want to get on Fury and I want to do zone mode. Man, zone mode was like, of all the kind of innovations from the Vita versions, like the sort of hypnotic state that you get into if you get anywhere near the kind of the unlocking the best results in zone mode. Oh man, it's like another no brakes, just constant flashing.
Now you can do zone mode in 4K.
Mesmerizing visuals. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. Let us know, guys, what you think about Wipeout Amiga collection in the comments. Do like this video, maybe not for Rob's driving, but for how beautiful this game looks.
Come on, I'm better at the driving now. Look at me.
After all this time.